Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing just my top 10 Atari games right there. I've already played every game in my collection as far as I'm concerned, but I played the ones that I thought would be in my top 10, and then I compiled all these games, which my collection is like 100 games about. I don't know exact number, probably like 80 to 100 games. There's my Atari right there. So I compiled 10 of my top games, and then these are the high score sheets also. We got like sheets from a couple years back just of all the scores, because Atari's don't keep high scores. So I compiled all the games and going from 10 to 1. Okay, coming in at number 9 is Defender. Defender is basically a game where you're like these aliens are invading Earth, and you have to just shoot all the spaceships before they can get to the humans. And it's not like my favorite game, but it's pretty fun actually if you play it for a little while. So yeah, that makes number 10. Also, it uses the joystick controller, which is what most games use. There's paddle controllers too. These are like spinny. That's for like tennis games and things when you're moving a racket back and forth. So yeah, Defender's number 10. And also guys, if you do have an Atari 2600 or an emulator on your computer, or just like an Atari Flashback or something, or anything that has the original Defender game, try to beat my high score, which is 26,950. If you can beat that, put it in the comments below and tell me your new score. And also my footage of the screen, I'm sorry it's not going to be incredible because I don't actually have a screen recorder, because it's an Atari and it's hard to find it. You need like a VCR and stuff, which I've tried to do, but I need more stuff that I don't have, and I'm going to try to get it soon, but I don't have it yet. So right now you're just going to see the old camera in front of the screen. So yeah. Alright guys, coming in at number 9 is Missile Command, made in 1981. This is a really cool game. Basically, the 2600 version actually plays really well with the joystick, because it's just made for it. Like the speed is perfect and everything. So the game basically is these missiles are coming down at Earth or whatever planet you're on, because the environment changes, and you just have to shoot your missiles from your control station and keep your 6 settlements alive. So one hit and they're gone. However, every 15,000 points it rebuilds 1 settlement. So that can be useful because it gets really hard and you'll start losing them more common as you get higher. And also these like dive bomb ships will come in sometimes, and they're harder to see and they're faster. So you gotta take out those because they can take out your settlements a lot easier. Okay, so my current high score for Missile Command is 39,310. So if you can beat that, then post down in the comments below. Alright guys, coming in at number 9 is Combat. So this is a 2-player game where there's just a bunch of different modes on it that are really fun. It's basically a PvP just against another person. And so the modes are like tank, tank pong, invisible tank, biplane, and jet fighter. And it's just a really fun game. It's actually the first one made by Atari for the Atari. It came with all the systems, all the Atari 2600 systems. So it was actually like the first game. It's pretty cool. And it's just really fun if you have a friend. It's really competitive. So yeah, you just fight, and it's like a shooter game against other people. Alright guys, if you want to beat my high score on Berserk, it's 4990. Okay guys, coming in at number 7 is Berserk. This is a fun game where you just shoot at robots, space robots that are like trying to kill you. How cool is that? So yeah, you're basically just attacking the robots, and the walls are like tasers. So they're like electric fences. So if you walk into the walls, you die, and if you get shot by a robot, you die. And it's basically like electric bullets, like lasers, Star Wars kind of style. And then after you kill them, you can walk out to the next level, or you don't even have to kill them. You can just walk out just because you feel like. You're like, okay guys, don't feel like fighting now. Bye. There's also some different modes where like a smiley face guy will come out, and he's like his boss, and you can't kill him. So if he just hits you, you die. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, Berserk, number 7. Alright guys, coming number 6 is Frogger. It's a pretty common game. Most people know it. Even if you don't know what an Atari is, most people know what Frogger is. It's a pretty classic game. So in Frogger, there's 5 slots at the end of the road, and you have to cross over streets with cars trying to kill you, cross over rivers, not get eaten by like alligators and stuff, and don't fall in the water and get hit by cars. And then you have to get to the other side, and once you successfully get 5 frogs safely to the other side in their slot, then you go to the next place and you can do it all over again. It gets harder and there's more cars. And guys, on combat I don't even really keep score because it's a versus, so there's really no way to having a high score because it's competitive against another person. So yeah, just if you just dominate someone, then you got the high score of combat. Alright guys, coming in at number 5 is Warlords. So this game is unique because it uses these things called paddle controllers. So basically you spin them around and that's how you control the paddles which are on the screen. I'm actually playing with Braden and Morgan right now. So yeah. So basically what your goal in the game is just to destroy the other person's warlords. It has like a breakout concept, Atari breakout, where you have to break the walls in their base and then hit their warlord and kill it. And also if you press the button on the paddle controller, then you can hold the ball and then pass it somewhere else, or else it just bounces off your paddle. So yeah. Alright guys, coming in at number 4 is Turmoil. This isn't an official Atari game. It's made by Fox, 20th Century Fox. So in this game there's actually 9 levels. 9 is the hardest. And it's actually a really challenging game. It's kind of like levels. It's really cool. So basically in the game, it's kind of like this ladder concept. You just go up and down shooting left to right. And these vehicles will come that if they run into you, you lose a life. I think you get like 5 lives or something. And they get really challenging. And also these rings will pop up. These rings, and you have to go and collect them. And like you only have like 5 seconds, and if you don't collect them in time, they'll become this object that just spins back and forth really quickly, and it becomes like really hard to not get hit by it. So also there's these arrows that will come back and forth, and if they make it from one side to the other, when they come back there'll be a tank that's actually the strongest vehicle of them all. It takes a couple hits to kill. And once you get to level 4 or 5, it actually becomes a black screen, so it's kind of like blurs your vision and you don't know where the ladders are, and it's pretty challenging then. So yeah, Turmoil number 4. It's actually one of the games you can play for a while and not get bored of. Alright guys, dropped it. Coming at number 3 is Mrs. Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man. Sadly, this cartridge burnt out. Essentially, that means is every once in a while, just kind of overuse of it, or something went wrong inside the Atari, or maybe it was left on for too long, or something just weird happened. It'll just literally take the memory out of the cartridge and it'll be completely erased. That's what happened to this. Like, let me turn on the TV. Let me put in this Pac-Man, turn on. You see, I mean, it turns on the Atari, you can tell, because it stops the static, but it's simply just a black screen. It doesn't work anymore. It's kind of sad. But I'm hopefully getting a new one for Christmas. I asked for one for Christmas. A Miss Pac-Man cartridge. They're not that expensive. They're like $3. But yeah, so that's number 3. Is Pac-Man. It's just Pac-Man with berries and stuff. And there's like more portals, I guess. It's newer than Pac-Man, so it's better. It's like better graphics than Pac-Man. Pac-Man on the Atari just sucks. Coming in at number 3 is 2, not 3, Space Invaders. It's actually a really fun game. It's obviously why it's number 2. So, it's another joystick game. Basically, there's like 6 rows of invaders, I want to say, maybe 5. And they're invading Earth. And you are this dude with a cannon, and you have to shoot them. So you just rotate back and forth, shooting them, and they'll just go side to side. Each time they hit the side, they will go down 1 row, and then they'll go back, and then down, and then down, and down. And if they get to the bottom, then you lose instantly. You have these barricades to help you shield from their bullets, And the more that you kill, the fewer invaders that there are, the faster they'll become. So by the time there's one invader, it advances a row like every 2 seconds. It's just like zooming across the screen. So yeah, and occasionally a ship will come across the top, like a big alien spaceship, the mothership, and if you kill that, you get 200 points. It's a bonus ship. So yeah, number 2, Space Invaders. Alright guys, number 1, my favorite, mostly just because it's an addicting game, is Kaboom. It's another game that uses the paddles. It actually has a very simple concept. Basically, all you do is, there's a robber, criminal guy at the top, and he drops bombs, and you have to use your paddles to deflect those bombs. So at round 1, each bomb is worth 1 point. At round 2, it's 2 points, 3 points, and so on. And I believe 10 more bombs are dropped each time, and faster each time, so it gets really challenging. And you have 3 paddles to begin with on top of each other, and those represent your lives. So once you let one get to the bottom, you lose a life, and then you have 2 paddles, which also makes it more challenging. So you want to not lose your lives at all, because when you have 2 paddles, it's harder to catch them, and 1 paddle is super hard. So yeah, I guess the robber's name's the Mad Bomber, and you can play 1 player or 2 player against Kaboom. So that's pretty cool. Alright guys, so those are my top 10 Atari games. If you're getting an Atari, in my opinion, has any value to you, then maybe you can look into buying some of those games. And if you have an Atari, you should get one. Yeah, get one of those games. And also, buy an Atari. They're pretty great. I think on Amazon they're like $20 just the console, but a little more if you want to get all the things in the games. So yeah, comment down below what videos you want to see next, Atari videos or just normal videos. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and Merry Christmas.